As the bloodshed goes on in Syria, refugees are pouring out of the country and many are heading into Jordan. The Foreign Minister Bob Carr has visited a new refugee camp in the country that's growing by the day, and he's announced another $4 million in aid for Syrian refugees. That takes Australia's total contribution to more than $20 million. The ABC's Norman Hermont reports from the camp near Jordan's border with Syria.
Dusty, dry and in searing desert heat, Zaatari refugee camp is bearing the brunt of Syria's bloody civil war. And Foreign Minister Bob Carr is here to see for himself. Many refugees are eager to tell him how they wound up here. This man wants to know why the West intervened in Libya after only 2 weeks. But in Syria, the killing goes on.
I hope that with our help he can return to Syria and rebuild his home and his life before long.
Mr. Carr has also brought more aid from Canberra, an additional $4 million for Syrian refugees in the region, boosting the total to more than $20 million, making Australia the fourth biggest contributor. And the money is needed. Families like these, with 7 kids, are jammed into one simple tent. Their mother doesn't want to be identified, still fearing the Assad regime.
We died slowly here, and we died slowly in Syria. Please help us. Please help us.
To give you an idea of the size of the refugee problem Jordan faces, right now there are just a few thousand people here. But this camp alone is being built to house more than 110,000 refugees from Syria.
The foreign minister says he'll be badgering other countries to up their contributions for refugees. And he says this has nothing to do with boosting Australia's image as it campaigns for a seat on the UN Security Council next year.
This is what Australians do. If people are suffering like this, driven out of their homes, bombed out of their homes, fired on as they've crossed a border, clutching their kids, Australians have got to be there helping.
These visits are appreciated, but everyone here knows the reality. After the delegations leave, there is not much for anyone to do at this makeshift city in the desert. Norman Hermont, ABC News, Zaatari Camp, Jordan.